Happy Sunday, everybody. You know, it's a beautiful day. We've had some cooler temperatures today, and the skies are a little bit overcast and blue, but today's message is going to be really simple. And I know I'm not alone in sharing that I want life to be perfect. Who doesn't, right? I want to be perfect. Who else doesn't? And that's really, really hard for all of us. If you were anything like me, growing up, I was a planner. In a lot of ways, I still am a planner. When my boys were younger, each one of the boys had a particular highlighter color, and I used the calendar to indicate which kid had what on what day. I still do that. And I remember thinking about my wedding, about how everything had to be perfect, right? How many of us have ever wanted the perfect wedding? I know I did. And I got this planner, and it told me what to do a year before the wedding, 9 months before the wedding. Hi, sweet friend Nicole. It told me what to do 6 months before the wedding, 3 months before the wedding. I had this entire plan of how to have the perfect wedding. You know what would be really cool is how to have the perfect marriage, but that's another story. But one of the things that I kept planning for was this perfect wedding. And I'll tell you, 3 things that I did not plan on occurring at my wedding actually happened. Did it ruin anything? No. Was it even something that I could have foreseen would happen? Absolutely not. So what is the purpose of this perfect plan that we all want? This perfect life that we all strive for? The feeling of being perfect. I know there are moments, and we've all been there, when we've wanted to be perfect. We want to be the perfect wife, the perfect husband, the perfect spouse, the perfect friend, the perfect mom, the perfect dad, you name it. We want to be perfect to everybody that's in our lives. We all want to be perfect. On these videos, I want them to be perfect too. But you know what? We all make mistakes. We all say the wrong thing. We all do the wrong thing. We all fail. We all are imperfect beings. But that doesn't stop us from wanting to be perfect. So how do we deal with things that are imperfect in life with imperfect beings in that life? And that's a bit of a tricky thing. But you know, one of the things that I've learned over the last few years that has really helped me with that internal pressure of being perfect is giving myself grace when I fall short. Whether that's being an imperfect friend or an imperfect wife or an imperfect mom or an imperfect coworker or whatever it is, I know I'm going to fail. Not intentionally, but I know that I'm not going to be perfect. I have very high standards that I set for myself, and therefore I probably have very high standards that I set for other people as well. But there's so much in life that we cannot control. And that's where that quest to be perfect comes from. That if we could control everything around life, and we could be perfect, guess what? We would be very robotic. And that makes for a very boring life. There's too many variables in life. We cannot control it all, and therefore it cannot be predicted. And because it can't be predicted, it cannot be planned, and therefore it cannot be perfect. There are going to be certain moments, some special little tinges of perfectness that show up every once in a while. And those are fantastic. We relish those every single time they happen. But I'm going to tell you, they're moments. They happen every once in a while, and we embellish them when we get them. We just savor them. But life is truly about what you see behind me, the compass. The compass is really about following what we believe to be true, following our hearts, following our compasses, knowing that, hey, you know what? I'm doing the best that I can, and on some days, it's not very good. And on other days, when I feel like I'm not doing very well at all, I might actually be knocking it out of the park. We all have days like that. We all have moments like that. Parts of life are imperfect. But there are parts of life that are really, really cool too. So let's celebrate those moments. Let's celebrate the moments when we're like, hey, you know what? That worked out maybe better than I thought it would. Or maybe I just ended up getting lucky. Either way, we'll probably take it. So as you are trying to be this perfect being in this perfect world that doesn't exist, let me remind you that you are imperfect, but you are imperfectly perfect, just like me. And the world and the life that we live in that world is the same. It is an imperfect, perfect world. There are things that happen to all of us that we wish we could undo. And there are things that we wish we could repeat over and over again. Life isn't perfect. We're not perfect. Give yourself some grace. Do the very best you can. And make sure that you are recognizing when people fall short, because they need grace too. We all say the wrong thing and we all do the wrong thing. But remember who they are down to their core. Remember what you want down to your very heart and soul. Don't ever forget those things, because that is what's going to remind us all that, hey, we're getting better every day. Maybe we never achieve perfection, and that's okay. Have a great day. I'll see you soon, sweet friend. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.